Oh, David Griffin, we did it. We made it to another Tuesday. Welcome everybody to TV Talk. I'll be honest, man. I am exhausted today.
It's
I
big
texted you
sports
like
day.
I know. I texted you like 30 minutes before the show. I was like, what are we talking about today? Because and I'm getting a little annoyed because now I'm knee deep in this show. I'm gonna have to go back to Warrior because I got to figure out how to sign back into my HBO Max. But dude, all I've done since the last show is watch For All Mankind.
Where
I'm
are you right now? What season are you on?
season 2, episode 5.
Nice. Okay. You see what I mean? It's a
Yeah,
little slow burn,
sure,
but
sure.
it's good, right? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, it's effing incredible.
Uh,
It's exactly what I thought it was gonna be and hoped it would be, and kind of more. I like the characters. Casting in this whole thing is everything. The nice thing is like Joel Kinnaman is basically the only star in it,
Pretty much,
right?
yeah. Hmm.
A lot of the other guys, like the guy that got killed in the explosion, he was in Bosch, and you've seen him in a bunch of other stuff. I've never seen Gordo in anything before.
Same.
The actor
But
that plays
Chantel
Gordo.
Van Santen, she was in Flash for a little bit, for a hot minute. She plays Karen Baldwin. She's Joel Kinnaman's wife.
Yeah, what was she
In
in
the series,
Flash?
she was in there for a hot minute. Like I remember when she came on, we all liked her character. It was like, oh, this is a breath of fresh air. She was Patty Spivot, but she was only in the 10 episodes, so she was like in and out. Patty Spivot.
Patty Spivot.
Patty
She
Spivot.
played.
Yeah,
Wasn't she the girlfriend that was like,
yeah.
yes, yes,
She was
yes,
cute, and we all liked her. She's like, oh, this is something new. It's fresh.
yeah.
It's different than Iris. And then I think she dies or something. I can't remember what happened to her, but
Yeah,
yeah.
that show. Oh man, I just remember making fun of the last name Spivot.
Patty
Eh,
Spivot.
Spivot. Yeah, no, I mean, I think, and I'm pumped to get to. So is it like morning show, or is it a weekly release, or is it a binge?
It's a weekly release. So like right
Okay,
now, the season 4 premiere just aired last week, and it was just one episode.
gotcha.
So that's it. So it's just one a week, which I
Okay,
thought they were gonna do like at least two, maybe give us two, but then they gave us one. So
okay.
that's okay though. It's fine. It's a great show.
MKS
I love
Songbird
it.
scene. And multiple people have told me this, that the season 2 finale of For All Mankind is incredible. Is an incredible episode of television. I've
Yeah, some
heard.
people have compared it to Battle. I mean, I don't want to overhype it. People have compared it to some of the great Game of Thrones episodes. In terms of it's not. I mean, you're not going to get Game of Thrones, but
Yeah,
it's really well done. Like in terms of the stakes and what I love the alternate history stuff. I love
yeah,
all of, like every time you start a new season, they usually open up with some kind of montage, kind of explaining what's happened over the last 5 to 10 years. Because every
totally.
season, I mean, now Joel Kinnaman's got he's got great. They get older every year, so
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah. It's
really
like a
cool.
10-year jump, right? Each
Yeah,
season.
yeah, it's really cool.
Okay.
You get a new decade every season. So all the like they keep some things the same, but then other things are different. There's a spot on Apple TV Plus where you can go down and just see those montages. It has all
Okay.
the different decades and the alternate history and what's
Oh,
happened. So
nice.
there's like a show Bible, which is pretty cool.
Um, I mean, I love alternate history stuff,
Yeah.
right? I don't love too many timelines, as you know, but I do love alternate history. And the fact that, like, what do they got? Ronald Reagan getting into office 4 years before he does
Yeah.
in normal time, and then Teddy Kennedy was the president
Yeah.
at the one point, which is kind of funny. Um, the Leo making a solid point that Jodie Balfour, aka Ellen, is a joy to watch. Yeah, she is
Yeah.
awesome. And
Hmm.
that the whole gay storyline in the show is something, man.
Really
That
is.
FBI agent, that casting, that guy, every time he's in something, he's a villain. And
Hmm.
he is, man, that time of our country when and the one thing that is kind of cool is that the Soviets, with the alternate history, is we are still very scared of the Soviets, and they are
Yes.
scared of us, and the Cold War is very much still going on. You know,
Yes. Yes.
I always wonder, it's like, because now we're back to hating Russia, right? Like they're our enemy, but I don't think it's, hey, K Bendy, it's not to the point where we are, you know, um,
Well, we're not having we're not having like our parents did going through drills. We're not having
yes,
to go onto the desk in case of
yeah,
which would really save your life in a nuclear attack. That'll do it. Going under that desk, that'll save you.
And also, I don't know if Leo says shout out to the space scenes. Yeah, well, that is some awesome stuff.
It is.
The world of space that they built in that show.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it's like, and everything, even when you'll see, Josh, when they get further along in the decades, everything's still kind of believable, and the technology's not overdone, the special effects aren't overdone. It's pretty simple, but it's effective. And the showrunner is one of my favorite guys, Ronald D. Moore, who created the new version of Battlestar Galactica and Outlander, and he's just like, he pretty much just an executive producer. He's an overseer now. But he did such a good job with the storytelling in that first season.
Guy loves space, David. He loves space.
He does. He loves space.
Loves space. I also love the soundtrack. The soundtrack, it hits on, the 70s and 80s perfectly. Again, I'm only in season 2, and I love the dive bar that they go to, because that is my kind of bar, man.
Yeah, what's the name? I can't remember the name, because the new season, The Outpost. That's it.
Yeah,
I love that.
Why did they change the name of it?
No, nothing like that. It's just I couldn't remember, because it's not in the new premiere. They didn't talk. I don't think you see it, so I couldn't remember. I don't even know if it's still there. I hope it's still there.
Yeah. I love the idea that there's like an astronaut bar, like there's a cop bar.
Yeah.
But there's an astronaut bar. Hi, Bob. Yeah, I love the Hi, Bob stuff. This is my favorite Joel Kinnaman role. I mean, I loved The Killing. I thought that was a fantastic show, but he's just so good in this.
He's good. He's got a lot of charisma. I liked him in that series, Altered Carbon, which I don't think you'd like, Josh. I don't know if you'd like that one, but he was only in the first season, and then they recast in the new season. But he's good. I always like him. He's good in the not Justice League, but the Suicide Squad movie. I like Joel Kinnaman.
I think that like I said in the description of this episode, is it makes me realize I wasted my life. I should have been an astronaut. I think that I also, first of all, I don't think I could have done it. This show makes astronaut look really sexy and not as hard as I think it is. First of all, I had to be military or Navy or some sort of pilot or something. Okay, not me. Second, not me, is you got to be really, really smart and like an engineering genius, math genius. Again, not me. Okay. The only thing I think I'd be really good at being an astronaut is just like being kind of charming and nice and like ready for my close-up, right? Like that's the only thing that I could do as an astronaut.
And when you're on a mission, Josh, you would have the nice stash of whiskey.
Yes.
Everybody's like, does anybody have anything to drink? You'd be like,
correct.
I'll be right back. Yeah, Josh, like, I'll be right back. You get a little whiskey out. Everybody have a little party.
Totally.
You keep it lively up there.
I'd be the good drunk astronaut, David.
You keep it lively up there. Yeah.
I do like in this season, though, is, has like the lunar base has expanded. I was, I always wondered why we never set up shop up there. Right. And I guess
like really, really set up shop. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And as you watch the show, I'm like, yeah, I think it would probably be something like that, where what we built up there is like just okay.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Like the radiator kind of makes too much noise and nobody's really happy and the food is terrible. And
have they got, I don't want to spoil, this isn't like a huge spoiler. It's a tiny scene, but there's, what's the actress name? Sonia Walger is how you say. She was in Lost. She's one of those character actors. She plays Molly Cobb.
She's amazing as Molly Cobb.
Have they done this thing where like there's an area of the base where you can smoke a cigarette and like the vapor? Have they done that? It's not like a big thing.
Well, no, the girl, not Molly Cobb. I think you mean the girl who plays Tracy Stevens.
Tracy does, not Molly. That's right. Tracy does that. That's right. Tracy,
I just thought where she's smoking and blowing into the vacuum.
That's it. Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
That is literally the scene I just finished on. Like good. Yeah. Michael Kalter asking, have you seen the HBO series From the Earth to the Moon? No. Refresh me on what that one is. I forget that one.
Also, too, someone asked about Bryan Cranston's daughter being on the show. I don't even know who his daughter is. Taylor Dearden.
She doesn't even have Cranston as a last name?
No. Ooh, she took her mom's last name. Interesting.
Let me tell you something. Right? If you are an actor or an actress and your father is famous or your mother is famous, one or the other, take that last name. Because I have a friend whose dad is extremely famous, probably one of the most famous actor directors in the history of Hollywood, and tried to start acting without that last name. Was not booking roles, changed his last name back to his God-given last name, and has not stopped working since, and is very famous now. Go ahead.
Sorry for the Dearden family, Robin Dearden. Robin and Brian, that is his first and his only wife. They are still together, but the daughter took the mom's name. But they are still together. It's not like it's like a divorce thing or anything. They're still married. Been married for over 30 years.
Shocking that she wouldn't take Cranston.
That's interesting. Well, I guess when she was younger, he wasn't, he was just kind of like the guy from Seinfeld. Maybe she's like, yeah, Dad's like kind of famous, but this is before Walter White. So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but wouldn't her last name be Cranston?
The wife never changed her name. Her name's still Robin Dearden, as far as I can tell.
And hey, by all means, like if you don't want to change your name when you get married, that's totally up to you. Whatever. But what I'm saying is, if your dad is famous, change your name.
Milk it. Milk the name. Yeah.
Milk it for all it's worth. If my last name was Willis, I'd be Josh Willis.
Yeah. Well,
I wouldn't.
Josh, did you ever interview? I feel like he's come to the studio before. Remember Joe Hill, Stephen King's son?
Yes.
Yeah, he wrote the whole Lock and Key series. He's written a bunch of other things too. So he changed his name, but he did Hill because he wanted to like step out of his dad's shadow. Like he and his dad have a great relationship. He didn't want to be a king, like, oh, you're just Stephen King's son, even though he's still Stephen King's son. Everybody knows who he is, but he wanted to like try to make his own name. So when people hear his name, they don't necessarily think, oh, that's Stephen King's kid.
I'm going to tell you this right now. First of all, Jonathan Peck, probably avoid the nepotism label.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like ride the nepotism label for all you're worth. If my dad worked in entertainment, I'd be in entertainment, right? And I would have a leg up over literally everybody. Okay?
It's who you know, right, Josh?
It's who you know, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, my dad was a car dealer in Pittsburgh. Had I gone and sold cars with my dad, I'd be a car dealer in Pittsburgh if that's what I wanted to do. And I would have a leg up on the rest of the competition. I could have stepped into that role and sold cars the rest of my life and been fine, right? Same thing as people that work in Hollywood. I guarantee you, Joe Hill went to his dad and said, I wrote this. And his dad was like, oh, this is good. Let me give it to my agent. His agent took it, and then his career was made. Now, if his dad didn't like it or something, I'm sure his dad worked with him and they did some stuff and whatever. And yes, he wants to meet and he wants to like break out on his own and all that kind of stuff. Do it. Take every advantage that you can, because guess what? 9 times out of 10, if you don't, you won't. You won't make it. You won't. Doesn't matter how good you are. Hollywood and acting and writing and all that kind of stuff is 99% luck, 1% talent. Truly, it is. Because there are some incredible scripts out there. Incredible, that will never get made because they just don't know how to get in the hands of the people. And guess what? There's a lot of really, really, really terrible scripts that get made. There are movies that happen all over the time that get made. Okay. Yep. And it's because they got it to the right people at the right time.
Yeah, I remember I interviewed the writer of blanking on his name, but he's the creator of Severance, and he told a really cool story about how his show was put on the blacklist, or the script. There's like this list in Hollywood. It's like all these sci-fi concept shows, and they go on this list. Like, oh, this is good enough. Let's throw it on this list. And then it finally got across Ben Stiller's desk, and Ben Stiller was like, "Oh, I'll take a shot." But again, it's not that this guy is not talented. He is. I love Severance. It's a great story, but sometimes you need a little push. It needs to get in front of Ben Stiller, and then he's like, you know what, I want to make this. Like, because remember the story, Ben Stiller, when Severance got big, and they asked Ben, I think he was on Howard Stern, and they asked Ben Stiller, like, Ben, was there anything in your life that you passed on? I think he passed on Good Will Hunting. I think he had the opportunity to direct that, which would have been really interesting.
Wild.
Way back then, but he passed on it. He just didn't. Again, like, sometimes it's luck. You have to.
It's all luck.
Yeah.
So much luck in there. I mean, how many times when you actually get behind what people, Michael or not Rick Samoris, Jonathan Peck, that does not matter if you are in the same field, you are a Nepo baby. 100%. 100%. What I will say is that, like, if you go behind in the casting process, so many people come in and read for a role. Okay. And they're all great actors. Okay. All great actors. It's a look sometimes. It's like one word you said that they may have loved you. It's like, nah, it's not right for this role. And that probably happens. That happens all of the time. I'm telling you, somebody that's been through 10, 12 years of rejection, it doesn't matter how good you are at acting. There's a lot of bad actors out there. Let's be honest. Acting isn't that hard.
It's a tough business.
Yeah. if rock stars can just go right to acting and people are like, oh my God, he was so good in that movie. Acting's not that hard. It's not that hard. It's really hard to be a great actor, and it's really easy to act. It's also very easy to be a shitty actor. There's like a very
because when you see like the top ladies and gents who are at the top of the game, like if Denzel's in a scene with somebody who's not at his level. And like that's so the movie, I just saw. I want to give her props again. Going to go back to Reservation Dogs.
Yeah.
Lily Gladstone, who has a small role. I think Josh, you said she plays the aunt who's in prison.
Yeah.
In Killers of the Flower Moon, she holds, if not like steps up her game and like steals screen time from Leo. I mean, when you watch it, you're like, oh my goodness, because you watch a lot of shows like this person like. They don't have it, but Lily, and you watch that scene with her and Leo and all the scenes they share together. She owns the screen. Like she just stepped up her game, and you're right, Josh. The level between the great ones and there's a
Tom G
I
says,
can't do it. I'm not an actor. I can't do it.
I mean, I know what I can and can't do, and I know what I like and I don't like doing. Okay,
right.
So I got cast in a ton of different stuff. I'm a fine actor. I didn't love it. I don't like it. I really don't like doing it, to be honest with you. I like doing this stuff more. I like talking. I like stand-up. I like doing that stuff more than I like hit your mark, say your lines. Let's do it again. Hit your mark, say your lines. Let's do it again. We didn't get the camera. Hit your mark, do your line, say it again. Stage acting, I just never really like doing the same thing over and over and over again every single night on stage. Just like that's why stand-up comedy, I was always trying to do different bits and do different stuff. And that's why I never really liked improv or sketch for the most part. It was because you're only as good as the worst person in your sketch team or your improv team. And improv is, I mean, you got to be a special talent to be good at it. And that's why the people that are good at it continually go up all of the time at UCB or Groundlings or whatever, right? Same as sketch. But acting is I don't know, man. It is exhausting, and you have to really love it to want to sit there and do like the same thing, like hit your mark, hurry up and wait. It's not, listen, when you get to the top and you're making all of that money, and let's just say you're on a sitcom, that's fun. Right. Because you're just you can kind of wing it around, and they want to do stuff really quick. It's like soap opera acting. You ask our buddy Tanner, they go through 20-30 pages of dialogue in a day. They're just like one take and they're out. Like you're just like doing lines. Right. When it comes to doing like drama TV, there's so many different angles you got to hit. You got to do, sometimes you have to deliver really emotional stuff with nobody around. You're just at the camera. There's nobody reacting to you. There's nobody in the scene with you.
Yeah.
It's not easy. It's not very easy, and it's not fun. It's not.
No, I've never acted, no experience, but I've been on plenty of sets. Yeah. And when you're doing a set visit, like again, we were on the set visit for The Witcher. We were there for like 12 hours, and they're still working. Like Cavill's still going. I mean, and credit to him, he's a pro. He gets up, he does his lines, he does his parts, and he moves to the next thing. But you're just watching. They just do the same thing for like 10 hours. I'm just like, oh my, like it's boring. It really is boring. I mean, unless you have a passion for it. Yeah. So I mean, the people that do stick to it, do it well. Yeah. I give them credit. Like, I don't think even, I mean, I guess you're making a good amount of money, but man, it's a little, it's
you want to be a superstar. it's
I just want to see the finished product. Honestly, I just want to see the finished product.
Yeah. Tom G says, can I get a shout out to my wife, Becky? Her third day in the ER because no room is upstairs. She's on the mend, just a lot of hurry up and waiting, but I know she'd appreciate to get her freedom back soon. Tom G, sending you all love, you and your wife, Becky.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, Tom. Yeah. Wishing you guys the best.
I still haven't watched, I mean, it's TV talk, but I keep seeing Oppenheimer pop up on like, you can stream it now. And I just haven't.
Ooh, Oppenheimer's really good. Again, it's like Killers of the Flower Moon. You got to have about, it's not 3.5, but it's 3 hours. But again, it's on stream and you can watch, watch 30 minutes here. You watch 30 minutes there. It's good.
I think I'm just like, we have to finish Bosch. We're on the last episode. We're like,
all right, you got to finish.
20 minutes in the last episode. I'm mid on this season of Bosch, but I've enjoyed it. Right. And I think, I think I'm just, I don't know. I love Bosch. I love it. I really do.
This season, it wasn't the strongest. It wasn't its strongest season.
No.
I think they rushed the beginning part. We talked about this a few weeks ago with Maddie. I wish they would have stuck with her kidnapping a little bit longer. And even the actor that I get, he's one of those character actors who's in everything. I wanted to spend a little bit more time with him. Like, you get a little bit of the courtroom stuff, but they move on and they go into the other storyline with the mob, the Russian, and all this other stuff. I kind of wish they would have stuck with her story. I mean, I love Titus Welliver. I love the cast. I love that world, but this one wasn't my favorite.
I hate when people, like, clearly the FBI was looking for somebody and responsibility for what happened in that pipeline in the Bratva and like the death. And it was bad people that died. Why are you trying to take down the people that took down the bad people? I just don't get it. I don't get it. Right. I really don't. You know,
you can't be a vigilante, Josh. You got to do things inside the law. Outside the law.
Not Rick Moranis. And how about A Murder at the End of the World? Is it good? Has anybody watched that?
It comes out. It's tonight, so it might be out now. It wasn't out when I got up this morning, but it's out tonight. It's Brett Welling. She did that OA show. Marley. Britt Marley. I'm sorry, I'm saying her name.
Britt Marley. She kind of looks like Amanda.
She does. Yeah, blonde. Yeah,
a little bit like my wife.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I think she's a Midwesterner. I want to say she's like from Michigan or something. The OA is a weird show.
It is weird.
But it was really interesting. But
it was weird and interesting. Yeah, but more on the weird side.
Sorry, she's from Chicago. Yeah, Midwest. But this is her new show. It's got Clive Owen. I'm curious. I'm going to check it out. I'm definitely going to watch it this week.
Yeah. Oh, Jonathan Peck brings up, we're texting about this. We forgot to talk about it. Speaking of Apple TV, thoughts on the trailer of Master of the Air premiering on January 26, 2024. Oh, buddy.
Man.
Oh, buddy.
Spielberg and Tom Hanks reunite for their next World War II epic.
Oh, my God. Okay, first, now here's my only complaint about it. And I'm going to be positive because I love that when he sounds like Elvis.
Oh, he does. Oh, no, he is forever. That's why I'm curious to see the new Dune movie, because he is forever Elvis. Like his voice changed. It really did. He's Elvis.
He's Elvis. Changed. You ever look in the sky? If you're looking at it, kind of pretty for you. If you didn't know what was going on, you think it was kind of pretty. I'm like, well, it's Elvis. What does Elvis do? Now I know Elvis was in the war, right?
True. So it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with factual opinion. I can't wait. Jonathan Peck, I'm psyched for it. Yeah. I just will say he's very Elvis-y.
I'd love to know. Now, I know the budget for this show must have been crazy. I think I saw it was like around 200 million. I mean, all the Band of Brothers, Pacific, crazy expensive shows. I just wonder why HBO didn't get it. Since they did Pacific, they already had that relationship with Spielberg and them. I wonder why Apple picked it up. But I mean, hey, I'm just glad we're getting more World War II stuff from Spielberg and Hanks. That's totally great.
Yeah.
And our friend of the show, Graham Yost, is one of the co-EPs of the show.
Oh, really?
Graham Yost, who was a showrunner for Justified and one of the producers on the new Justified series, is I think he's a co-EP, I believe. So pretty cool.
Right on.
Good for him.
I dig it. Yeah. John McKay, it's either I start The Curse tonight. I haven't. Well, what's The Curse?
Yeah, where is that? Where is it? It's that Emma Stone show. Where is that on?
Or I finally watched Parasite, which is on Max now. I never saw Parasite, so I'll definitely tackle that and Curse before the weekend. Parasite's a pretty good movie. I don't know.
I like Parasite, but it's one of those movies that I saw one time and
I'll never watch it again. Factual opinion: Austin Butler was an Arrow. Yeah,
what?
Austin Butler.
Are you serious?
Will always be the evil DJ from Arrow.
Oh no,
I don't remember that. Nope. I stopped watching after like the 4th season, I think.
Oh yeah, there he is. I remember that. Yeah, he was. There he is. He was the evil DJ.
There he is. He's
an evil
DJ.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And now look at him. He's an Oscar-nominated actor, and he's on top of the world right now. He has Dune coming out. He's got Masters of the Air. He's on top of the world right, and he's Elvis. He's still Elvis.
I'll tell you, if you were watching from right here, you'd think, is this TV talk? Yeah, it is. Oh. Hug, burning love. Hey, David, let me go ahead and ask you a question, okay? Did you watch the Netflix Cup? Did you happen to catch any of the live golf? Netflix first foray into live sports, mama. I want to tell you. I'm watching live sports. Just me and David Griffin. Netflix. David, here's how it was. If you look from away, they're at the Wynn in Las Vegas, right? And you got professional race car drivers going vroom vroom, and you got professional golfers, and they're playing together in a scramble format. And I tell you, the only thing that really caught your eye the entire time, David, and why you can't really do golf no more in Las Vegas is because all you see is that goddamn sphere. It's all you see. It's the sphere. It's an emoji face. It's a golf ball. It's everything. That sphere is all of Las Vegas.
Josh went into a little Baptist, Southern Baptist minister. Right there.
That was good. That was very good.
That was very good. Yeah, he changed a little, but that was very good. That was very good. That was very good. Oh yeah, and somebody, Leo, pointed out. Is that how you say it's Jacob Elrodi? I know he's the tall guy from Euphoria. Is in the Priscilla or the Presley movie. Is it Priscilla? What's his wife's name? Priscilla?
Yeah, Priscilla Presley.
Yeah, there's one that Sofia Coppola directed. That's kind of the buzzy new film right now. It's just like about their marriage and more about Priscilla than Elvis. And he's Elvis, the guy from Euphoria. He's the tall. He was the jock in Euphoria, the football player.
Yeah, the guy who was like abusive and insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said in a recent interview that he was offered the role of Superman in the new Superman movie coming out. No, it's just Superman. No, it's with what's his name? The guy who took over DC, who directs Peacemaker and all that. James Gunn. James Gunn. Yeah,
I saw it. What, 2025?
Something like that. He said it was too dark, though. I was like, too dark. I'm like, Jacob, you were in Euphoria with your dad abusing you and you like having sex with your girlfriend. I was like, but Superman's too dark. I was like, really?
Maybe it's he wants to like break out and be a little more light, you know?
Maybe he wants to be like, yeah, it's like, I'm a likable guy. Yeah. Chadwick Boseman did an episode of Justified. Wow, there's so many cool that's Josh, that's a good ranking. Yeah. Best cameos. Best TV cameos of all time.
Best cameos.
Yes.
Michael Kautzer said liked the protester on the first tee. So David, here's what happened. So you're teeing off on the first tee there on the Netflix. No, I won't go. First tee of the Netflix Cup. They're like doing it. All of a sudden, like the camera cuts away and some girl is running out onto the front tee. I don't see what her sign said.
Are they protesting Formula One racers or PG?
I don't know what it was. I think it was probably protesting like Saudi oil or something because Aramco sponsors, all of F1 and they're going to buy into golf and the PGA Tour and definitely. Or it was, I don't know what it was. If anybody knows what the protest was about, but Bert Kreischer, you see Bert Kreischer like try and like grab her. Bert Kreischer, and then the camera cut away. It was just a goner.
Oh, I didn't get to see it.
I don't know. Apparently there's some screenshots. I'm sure there's some screenshots on social media that
So. I don't like that. I know we're going off on some tangents here. I don't like that in sports when they don't show the people running out of the field. I get they do that because they don't want to like encourage people to get their 15 seconds of fame. I want to see the tackle. I like seeing the tackles. I mean, I know you can go online and go to Barstool or whatever and watch the clip of whoever gets tackled, but I want to see that. Please show. That's entertaining.
I think that's like the highlight of any security guard's life is the tackle, because most of the time they're just standing there. They got their back to the game, so they don't even get to watch the game.
Nothing to do.
And they're just making sure that they're like, oh, that kid's got to get him out of here. That's, you know what I mean? But that's, John McKay say, don't know if you all watch Wrexham, but if you do, it's easy to stay away from what is happening with the team currently in wins and in the standings. I can find it rough to do so. Pump for tonight's finale. I need to like catch up on Wrexham because I only watched the first 2 episodes and I should really get back to watching that. But before I get to anything, I am finishing and catching up to For All Mankind. I need to know where this goes. Everybody talks about the season 2 finale. I got to get to that. I'll finish season 3. I love all these characters. Then I'll get to Warrior and I'll watch some Wrexham. We're going to finish Bosch. And then Amanda wants to watch the, what's the show that it's on Apple TV. Amanda read the books. It's like something about
Buccaneers.
No, like science is love science.
Oh, that didn't really get good. Yeah, the one with Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel's in it.
Yeah, lessons in chemistry.
Yeah, I heard that was his name.
No,
I don't know. I just heard it was okay. You have to let me know how. Maybe it's really good. You have to let me know how it is.
Yeah, Amanda said she loved the book. So, I also did you see the Marvels? Have you seen the Marvels?
I have no desire to see that movie.
Yeah. I heard.
And someone said, you know who had a good, I mean, he was going in a different direction than I would have argued it. Stephen King had a tweet today.
Okay.
And I like Stephen King. He's a little opinionated, obviously. He's very opinionated. But he had a tweet about, he's not even
Isn't
a
the
Marvel.
older you get, it's like the older you get,
he's
the
a little
more
crotchety.
famous you get, the more opinionated you get. Isn't that how it works? Yeah,
he is. But he said he's not even a big Marvel fan. He's not even a fan of the Marvel movies. But even he has an issue with, a lot of people are kind of like, not a lot of people, a vocal minority are rejoicing in the fact that Marvel is quote unquote failing right now. They're not. Marvel's going to be fine, but that they're failing. And he's like, well, let's not take too much pride in that. And let's not get again, people on here have asked, like, David, are you giving up on Marvel? Have you quit Marvel? I haven't. I'm just picking and choosing. Like if Loki has a season 3, I'll watch it just because I like those characters. I like that show. But the Marvels, I just have no interest in. Miss Marvel wasn't my favorite show on Disney Plus. So I don't care about how everything's connected anymore. I'm just kind of picking and choosing. Like if they make a new Thor movie, I like the Thor world, I'll probably check it out. But everything else, I don't know. I'm picking and choosing with Marvel now. I don't need to watch everything anymore, but I haven't quit on them.
I kind of feel like Amanda always hates when I make like analogies on things, but it's kind of like when you have a favorite restaurant, right? And then it becomes a chain restaurant and the quality gets worse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Outback Steakhouse used to be a franchisee kind of restaurant, and they could like tweak the menu a little bit. They could buy from the beef people they want to buy from, and they could get the fresh ingredients at the bar, and they could do special things in the community. Then when Outback went super corporate and they wanted every Outback to be the same no matter where you went, everything went from fresh to frozen, and you lost a ton of quality at the restaurant. Yeah. Right. Same thing, I think, with Marvel is like, hey, we had our when it first popped onto the scene and everybody was like, oh my God, Iron Man. Like I was in love. Those movies were awesome. And then it just kept getting more and more and more of them and more of them. And then we got to like, there's so many plot lines and they're all coming together. And then we had Endgame and it was over and the guy died. And we said goodbye to the people that we had known for 10 years. And they're like, hey, you still have to hang on here because we're going to release some new menu items. And guess what? Welcome to Outback Steakhouse. We now serve sushi. And you're like, well, why?
Yeah.
It's a steakhouse.
Yeah.
Like, no, but the sushi will tie into the menu eventually, David.
Well, Josh, I know we talked about it earlier. We're kind of going all the way back now to the beginning, talking about it's not all. I mean, it takes some talent. You have to write a good story, but there is some luck involved. And Marvel got so lucky with Robert Downey Jr. Like perfect casting. Like I couldn't see anybody else playing like Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr. wasn't portraying Iron Man. He was being Robert Downey Jr. Like his charismatic, quick, and like that just set the stage for Marvel, and it worked for a long time. And they had a mostly great cast of characters. And then since then, after Endgame and Tony Stark is gone, I mean, they can bring anybody they want back, Josh. You know how it is. There's different worlds. Worlds can collide. Worlds can break apart, different universes, all this kind of thing. They can bring anybody back, but they struck gold with that initial cast, that initial run. And I think it's kind of everything goes up and down. Nothing stays going up all the way forever. I mean, Star Wars has ups and downs. I mean, I think Marvel's not dead. They'll be okay, but I think they're kind of in maybe a little bit of a reset right now. You hear the stories, Mahershala, there's stories that he almost walked off Blade. He was almost done, which at first I said, I wonder if Mahershala is being kind of a diva, but then after all this stuff is coming up from Marvel, he just didn't like the direction they were going in, and they had to restructure the whole thing just to keep him on board. He was like, I don't need this. I don't need this.
Right.
So, anyway.
According to Leo and some other people in chat, apparently Caitlin Dever is going to play Abby in season 2 of The Last of Us. I don't know anything about season 2 of The Last of Us. I never played the game. And so David, what are your thoughts? Because I'm guessing.
Okay, I need to look up Caitlin Dever. So Abby's a bit of a controversial figure. I don't have an issue with her. My issue with the character in the video game was not Abby herself. It was the way she was introduced, which I won't get into the whole thing. So if you haven't played Last of Us, it wouldn't make sense. My thing with her character was the way she was introduced, because spoiler, if anybody hasn't played The Last of Us Part 2, it's a few years old now, but partway through the game, you switch, for most of the game, you're playing you're playing as Ellie. And then all of a sudden you switch and you're this other character that you really don't know. And even as you get to know her, I don't think they developed her character well enough, but I think the show could do a better job. That's my hopes right there. So anyway, let me see who this is. Caitlin Dever. Oh, great. Oh, she's awesome. She was in Booksmart, Josh.
Yeah,
she's
a great actress. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But what's funny is though, Abby on the show, like she's jacked. She's like this really just giant of a woman. I mean, she's got muscles like as big as any guy. I mean, she's a fighter. The cool thing is in the game, the combat system is even different. So when you're Abby, like you can take dudes down. I mean, your punches are more like Ellie's small, but Caitlin Dever, interesting. That's not who I would have expected who they would have cast, but she's great. So thumbs up.
Is it sort of like a Reacher situation where Tom Cruise was the wrong Reacher and now we've got a bigger Reacher? Or do you think they're going to like beef up Caitlin Dever?
Maybe she'll start lifting some weight. She seems kind of lean and mean to me. So I don't know if she's not who I would have expected, but she's a good actress. So that's
great actress. Everything I've seen her in, I'm like, she's not big. She's not ripped.
No. Right? But if you look up like Abby, Last of Us Part 2, she's got some traps. That's like goals for me. Like I want to look like Abby. She's got, it's like
straight up.
Yeah, she's got goals. But anyway, that's good casting. I'm fine with that. That really broke. That's news. Good for her.
Jonathan Peck, thank you for a very generous super chat. Really appreciate it and help support the show. I'll go in to say, all I'll say is this. Have you guys ever noticed with No Way Home, Wakanda Forever, and Guardians 3 are well regarded as best MCU films post Endgame because it ended arcs, stories, and feels conclusive? Because we already knew the characters, right? And they got, those were our people that ended.
Yeah.
Right. And
they struck gold with that initial cast, Jonathan.
Yeah.
And, the more I get away from, I love Black Panther. The more I get away from Wakanda Forever, I again, humble brag. I was invited. I went to the premiere, went to the red carpet premiere. So I got to go there and I saw the actors, and it was a very emotional night. Everybody like had this kind of, you could feel the weight of the moment, because of what happened to Chadwick and his untimed, so early passing.
Yeah.
And I feel like that movie, Wakanda Forever, was good.
Yeah.
But I think it was more about honoring Chadwick than a
100%.
Standalone film. So I think they did. I can't imagine having to do that film and make it cohesive at all. But I agree. I think it's Jonathan, like what Josh was saying. We knew those characters. We know them. We love them. And they tried to have the Avengers B team take over, and it's
not working.
It's not working. Yeah.
You can't stop printing money once you've printed it, right?
No, it's too much of a cash cow. They're making
100%. Yeah. I guess Jeff Snyder broke this story, so I haven't heard his name in a long time. Was always a Jeff Snyder guy. I always liked him. He was nice. I didn't
hear about that. Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah.
Let's we might have to end the show just a touch early. I gotta go help Amanda with some stuff.
Yes.
But we wanted to talk about our favorite TV theme songs or TV intros, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Now I personally think that the TV intro, the TV theme song is a dying, if not dead art. And a lot of, the Alan Thicke theme songs and the TGIF theme songs and all the ones that were like written for the show.
Yes.
Those are the ones that I love. Sure, the Seinfeld is great, and the like Curb Your Enthusiasm, like they're songs. Like they're not songs. They're just theme music, right?
Right.
It's like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They just pulled that from nowhere. Like they didn't write that for the show. Alan Thicke writing the theme songs for that kind of stuff. That's why I love. Yeah. So people are just pumping in now, right?
It was Friends. I wasn't a big Friends watcher. Was that song already written and then it went? Okay. It wasn't written for the show. Okay.
Yeah. Those are things that they found and did. So, Bricks and Morris, the Rembrandts is the bomb. Yeah. The Rembrandts did that song. Married with Children, again, a song that was written well before Married with Children came. That's a Frank Sinatra song. It's Love and Marriage. DuckTales is an incredible theme song.
DuckTales is incredible.
Tom G. Doogie Howser intro theme song is a classic. Everyone knows that. That it was like, what was it? It's not in my head. I will say mine. Some of mine are very esoteric. So,
Okay.
give me. I have 10. I wrote down.
Yeah, I wrote 10. I had a bunch of honorable mentions, but we don't. There's just too many.
Yeah.
I'll go. It's not in order, but I mean,
Okay.
for me as a kid, watch a show with my dad. I'll just do 2 right off the bat. I'll go sci-fi first. So I'm doing the X-Files and Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Okay.
I mean, just hearing, Picard say, like space, the final frontier. I know like Shatner did that before him, but for me, that was my show. And X-Files, that do 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 do. I mean, just iconic. Like it got you in the mood.
It terrified.
I don't know. Yeah, it was scary. Yeah, it was scary.
So I.
Oh, Daniel Sabuya, I have Vikings on my honorable mentions.
Oh, Vikings is good. Here,
Vikings is good.
So for me, like honorable mentions here, I'll go like my so Smallville. I know that song wasn't written for Smallville, but I like that.
Yeah.
Somebody shout. Like I like that song, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Same as the OC.
Yeah.
California, Here We Come wasn't written.
Yeah.
However, songs like this, Fresh Prince, written for the Fresh Prince, incredible theme song.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's a good
Life, The Simpsons, written for the show.
Yeah.
Right. And that song will always be in your head.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
For me, it comes down to 3 theme songs that changed everything. Okay.
Okay.
Family Matters. Okay.
Classic.
Family Matters is that intro to that show. It was sprung off of what is considered by many to be the greatest theme song in TV history, which is Perfect Strangers. Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes the world looks perfect. Nothing to rearrange. I mean, it is awesome. Okay. Then you've got My Two Dads and Just the 10 of Us. They are all in the same like wheelhouse, all under one umbrella, David. And that's the Alan Thicke umbrella. And Alan Thicke started with the Growing Pains. So Growing Pains and all those were all in like the same era of television from like the early 80s to the early 90s. And they all came out. Just the 10 of Us is a show that nobody watched, but it was a spin-off of Growing Pains.
Okay.
Family Matters was a spin-off of Perfect Strangers, and My Two Dads was under the same production umbrella. So all of those theme songs written for those shows, oh my God, David, it's so.
You have like the classic sitcoms is yours. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, those are classic. Those are great songs. Yeah.
We had a DJ in college. His name was actually DJ Boner, whatever. Okay. And I burned a CD, old CDs, okay, of TV theme songs for him. And I gave them to him and he would mix them in like popular songs. He was awesome at it too.
Cool.
It was like one of the cooler things. And I told him, I was like, you can only do the TV theme songs at my house, at like our fraternity house for our parties. Because we were like, do the TV stuff. It was awesome, David. Just awesome. Yeah. People in here talking, Ben Welling, standing tall. MASH, Different Strokes had a classic one. Brady Bunch classic.
Yeah.
True Detective season 1.
Season 1 was the best. That's on my list.
Yeah.
I have a couple of them.
Reading Rainbow theme song.
Oh,
I totally forgot.
A Reading Rainbow.
Yeah. Reading Rainbow. So good.
Yeah. Love LeVar Burton.
Yes.
I have some like Bear McCreary's one of my favorite composers, like modern TV composers.
Okay.
He's got like I haven't watched The Walking Dead, at least the original series in years, but I love that intro, Walking Dead, that music. And that was composed by Bear McCreary for that. He also did Battlestar Galactica. One of my favorites, Josh, did you ever watch the show Black Sails, the pirate show?
Yes. Oh, what a theme.
And that's Bear McCreary again. Same composer did The Walking Dead.
Lord,
same
that
one.
is good.
So good.
So good.
So
Inspector Gadget classic. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, X-Men the animated series. The real Ghostbusters. I mean, these are all classics.
All classics.
Ben Wellington said, during the strike, I met LeVar on the picket line and was wearing a Reading Rainbow shirt. A beautiful moment. Oh, man, that's awesome. That's awesome.
That's
LeVar Burton, when I was still campaigning to be the next host of Jeopardy and they were like, oh, LeVar Burton should be the host. And I was like, yeah, duh.
Yeah,
guys,
probably should.
Yeah.
Josh, you still deserved a shot. You deserved a shot.
Though. Give me 2 shows to prove that I could do it. Because guess what?
Right.
Ken Jennings, awesome. The girl, what's her name? Miam Bialik, not. She just doesn't. You can tell that she's just mailing it in. She's mailing it in. Manly.
I know this is gonna. I hope I don't anger you too much. I actually, because of his dry sense of humor, I actually liked Aaron Rodgers. I thought he'd be
thought
like,
he
I
was
liked
fine.
him. He had this like kind of dry sense of humor. Like he was good, and he's kind of like soft spoken. I felt
Yeah.
like he was good for that show. I actually liked him.
Transformers, the animated series, which they did. Remember, in Boogie Nights when Dirk
Yes,
Diggler tries to record that song.
yes, yes.
Classic.
Classic.
There are some really, really, really good theme songs. What else? I mean, Sopranos again was a song that wasn't
Right.
written for Sopranos.
Same with Peaky Blinders.
Yes, same with Peaky Blinders. Yes.
Yeah, great song, but not written. But it fits the show perfectly. Same with Sopranos. It just
Totally.
yeah.
How about Facts of Life, classic. Take
Facts
the
of
good, you
Life.
take the bad, the Facts of Life. David, quiz for you.
Yes.
The theme song to Peaky Blinders is also in a classic comedy movie. And when I say classic, I mean from my youth. Okay. It's in a scene. I will give you a hint. The two main locations of it are Providence, Rhode Island, and Aspen, Colorado.
Dumb and Dumber?
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's in there? Like, yes. What context? What's happening?
Okay, so remember when he goes and he's like, this is the last of our dough. Only get the essentials. And Jim Carrey comes out with the bucket hat, the case of beer, and this paddle.
Yeah.
Right?
And the song's playing?
That song is playing. That song is playing.
That's great. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. When he's like, you know what they say? Old people, though dangerous behind the wheel, can be useful for something. Don't you go dying on me. That's when that song is playing.
I need to watch that scene again.
Yeah. MKS Songbird, Succession theme, very good.
Very good.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Doug, Jonathan Peck, solid reefism. The A-Team, also really, really good. How about the Golden Girls, David? Golden
Girls is great.
I get song written for Golden Girls, or was that
I don't know.
Previous? That's a good question. I don't know.
We have to mention, I think another good composer, modern composer, is Ramin Djawadi. He did Game of Thrones and Westworld. Westworld, not my favorite show, but the opening credits are great.
Trash TV, but good show.
And Game of Thrones, yeah, Game of Thrones. And he did like Reigns of Castamere, all that. I mean, that's all his composition. So he's one of the best.
Mr. Rogers, solid throwback
Mr.
to
Rogers.
that. I mean, modern day, David, one that is in my head all of the time, Bluey with a great
Bluey
intro.
Good one.
You know,
good one. Yeah, Bluey.
That's a banger. Full House. I will say, I like Full House. Don't love it. Don't love it. Don't love that. Yeah. Don't love that song. It's okay.
What was the old school? Was it Law and Order? Like the old one, or LA Law? One of those old. Yeah, love that one. Yeah, love that one.
I think that's Law and Order. Yeah,
I think it's Law and Order, like old school on. Yeah, like that one.
Yeah. What's the Full House? Wait, we were talking. Okay, you said. Shoot, we said Bluey. What'd you say? Dun, 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 dun. What's the? Oh, Saved by the Bell. Though kind of. Oh, still a pretty solid song. Still a pretty
solid. So it's all good. I know we kind of pick on the show, and maybe we're a little tired of it. We're wanting to end. Stranger Things, pretty good intro. Stranger Things has a solid intro. It's a good intro. Yeah. It's a good one.
John McKay, I do quite enjoy the main theme for All Mankind. Yes, solid.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. The theme song for How I Met Your Mother, also. Yeah, thank you for being a friend. I mean, if your show is iconic and it doesn't have an iconic intro, I don't think that exists. I honestly don't think that, like, if you were to play the first note of most theme songs, that's actually a pretty good game. If we had an editor to play like the first note of TV theme songs, I bet I'd be pretty good at it. I bet I'd be pretty friggin' good at it. Yeah.
Well, I think when Game of Thrones came out, it kind of set the bar in terms of like, it can't just be a song. It's got to be like cool graphics and imagery. Like the one for Severance, Apple TV Severance, that's a really cool one. Whoever designed that one, it's really good. You should just watch the intro. It just looks really cool. It's visually cool.
Again, I've tried to do Severance, and I just Oh, John McKay, Yellowstone main theme is great. That is pretty solid. Yeah. Scott Welsh, I liked how WandaVision had different themes to match the decade the episode was about.
Oh yeah.
To be honest with you, I think that WandaVision is my favorite Marvel TV show. That and I mean, let's put aside Daredevil and Punisher. Those are
right. Right. That's Netflix. Yeah.
Like WandaVision, Hawkeye. What else? What other ones did we like? Oh, The Office, Sam Ramsey. That's pretty good. Holly Robinson sang the theme song for 21 Jump Street. She did? Holly Robinson Pete sang that song? Wow. She used to come into the bar where I worked because her brother was the DJ at the bar where I worked in LA. She might be the nicest human on the planet. The first time I met her, we like talked for 10, 15 minutes. She came back in. She was like, tell me about this. So sweet. Just such a sweet person. Oh, man. Saturday Night Live is iconic. I don't know if I like that song, though.
I don't know if I heard it. If I heard it, maybe, yeah.
You know, it's like a lot of saxophone.
Okay. It's jazzy.
A little too jazzy for me.
Too jazzy for too much jazz. Okay.
Man, I love talking TV theme songs. What else did I have
There's
on here?
So many. I have like
Cheers, dude. We didn't even mention Cheers.
Oh, Cheers, classic. Yeah, Cheers.
Yes.
I have like House of Cards, Hannibal, Parks and Recreation.
Parks and Rec is good. The Office.
I like the Peacemaker show, James Gunn, on HBO. It's so corny and out there, but it went for it.
Does it have a cool theme song? I've never watched Peacemaker. Should I watch Peacemaker?
Oh yeah, I think you'd like it. It's super like actiony, like over the top, crazy. What else? The Leftovers.
Like, Leftovers does have really good music. Yeah,
really good music.
Yeah.
Of course, got to have Downton Abbey. Downton Abby's great. Nice music.
Very good.
Very classy intro.
Yeah. And I mean, if we're being honest, the final Jeopardy song might be one of the more iconic songs.
Oh ever. Yeah. Classic.
And weirdly, Sam Renzi says The Mandalorian. I would say The Mandalorian doesn't have like an intro song. It's more of a sound that the Mandalorian has. It's that like
it's it's like do and it's quick.
Yes,
it's very quick. Yeah, but it's good. It's good.
Jesus Pena says Band of Brothers. That's pretty good. John McKay says OMG good. Josh, watch Peacemaker. Okay.
Poldark.
Poldark have a theme song?
Does it? I guess it does. That's like I don't remember. Like I watched the whole show, but I don't remember the theme song. I guess it does. Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Should we do our pick of the week?
Yes.
Our.
Oh yeah, I remember Poldark. Yeah, it was okay. I remember that. It was all right.
It was okay.
It's good. It's not bad.
Yeah. Okay, David, your. Come a week.
I'm gonna go. I gotta go with monsters. Gotta go with Godzilla. Gotta go with Monarch. Legacy of the Monsters. It's on Friday night, Apple TV Plus. Again, Josh, like I say, you get to see Kurt Russell, dad, and Wyatt Russell, who gets to play his dad's younger version of himself in the past. It's pretty cool. Okay. I'm excited to see what's going to be. We get Godzilla on TV on Apple TV Plus.
Okay. All right. So I should watch the Godzilla show.
I don't know if it's going to be good. I want to check it out. I'm curious.
So it's coming. It starts this Friday.
Starts Friday. Yeah.
And doesn't Fargo start this week, or is it next?
Fargo's the week after.
Okay.
And the other show that everybody's talking about is the new Clive Owen show, The Murder at the End of the World. So
okay, Murder at the End of the World. We're gonna have to check that one out.
We'll
okay.
See. Yeah.
Okay. My. I started watching the documentary about Robbie Williams, and I didn't know a lot about him. All I remember is that his song "Come Undone" was really popular when I was doing my study abroad in Italy, and I love that song. And so I didn't know much about the guy's life, but apparently he's had a camera following him for like his whole life, and there's tons and tons and tons of footage of his life. And so they're making a documentary. I watched the first couple episodes. It's fantastic, man.
Okay, it's on Netflix, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Recommend. Pick of the week. Well, this is TV Talk. We're here every single Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific. Thank you all for being here. I think we'll be. Oh no, you're going to be gone next week, correct?
Yeah. Thanksgiving week, going off to Florida.
Okay, so we will not be here next week. Enjoy your holiday, and we'll be back the week after. Enjoy some TV, watch some For All Mankind, and anything else that you want. Make sure you follow us at Griffin D, at Josh Macuga, and I'm gonna hit the end stream button now, David. Just keep talking for a while. How's your golf game? You playing golf?
I took a lesson